What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. That was the 5-inch glide that you guys know very well. Let me kill this. We're gonna be swapping an ESC on it tonight because I was ripping so hard, I guess, that the ESC died. Not true. I smacked this thing in the ground really hard a week or two after that, and finally managed to kill this Acon 20x20 ESC. We're actually gonna put another 20x20 into it. I completely forgot that I bought this. I originally made some plan that this rig would always have 20x20s, ESCs, instead of 30x30s, so that it's sort of like a rolling test bed of the best 20x20 available, which is Acon, of course, versus the best 30x30s available in the other two rigs, which are, again, Acons. So yeah, we're going to get as much of that swap done as we can here in the next couple of hours. This is my full-time job if you'd like to see me keep doing it. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com. This is what it looks like. And click all the buttons. Patreon helps me the most. If you join the Patreon page, you're going to get access to articles on the easy way to PID tune, the easy way to filter tune, troubleshooting motor heat, mid-throttle oscillations, all kinds of other really good stuff. When really good deals come up in clearance sections, I put them up there for you guys, not just the garbage that's usually in the clearance sections, right? Notifications for when I live stream. YouTube doesn't do a really good job of that, so Patreon is going to shoot out an email to you. It's also going to get you onto the Discord channel. You're going to get a I forgot to put a notification over there. Normally, you're going to get a notification over on Discord. I'll do it right now. When I go live. And you're also going to get access to the super secret Facebook group, where you're going to get yet another notification when I go live. I do have a little bit more of a schedule now. You know, took long enough. But yeah, I do have a little more of a schedule, but, you know, like Tuesdays, sometimes I'll stream for just the Patreon folks. Thursdays, sometimes I'll stream for just the Patreon folks. Sometimes even Saturdays. So yeah, join the Patreon. There's lots of good stuff happening over there. Also, depending on which tier you join, you could potentially get yourself in onto the giveaways that I do every other week. I'm actually shipping out a whole bunch of the giveaway winning stuff today and tomorrow. I'm actually going to get caught up before this coming Monday, so that'll be pretty cool. Oh, speaking of, Pandemic Pandemic Pilot, you've won twice now, and you're not getting back to me on Patreon. So hopefully you're watching this, message me somewhere, or check your Patreon. Get back to me. You've got an entire build that you won, brother. And a set of 2004 motors and some props. So Pandemic Pilot, get back to me. If any of you guys know Pandemic Pilot, do me a favor, shoot him a message. Tell him to get back to me. He's up in Canada, and when I ship outside of the US, I have to use a phone number. And I don't have it on Patreon. So yeah, if any of you guys know him, shoot him a message if you don't mind. YouTube and Instagram, of course. Over on Etsy, I've got lots of stickers and funny hardware. It's not really funny, it's just mainly useful. Over on Fiverr, I'm doing flight coaching and flight instruction. If you want to fly like what you saw in the intro here, I can help out with that. Tuning, if you need a little bit of help there, getting your rig locked in. I do the tuning like very specific for each individual person so that the tune is going to match your specific rig and your specific flying style. And then also build planning so that you don't buy garbage. There's lots and lots of garbage out there. I've bought thousands and thousands of dollars of it. Don't do it. It's very annoying. Spend a couple dollars. I'll tell you what the good stuff is that I've figured out over the last 4.5 years, and then you won't have to waste money and time and have to have like a friend that talks you back into quitting the hobby. Talks you out of quitting the hobby, I should say. FPV Exchange, you need to be on there or I'm gonna choke you. And then t-shirts over on Teespring. So yeah, click these buttons and do things, and it'll be great. Down here, we've got a bunch of affiliate links. If you or anybody that you know is ever doing an order on FPV Cycle, Amazon, for anything, motor oil, great. Get FPV, Oh My God's website, FPV Crate, Banggood, Camera Butter, or AliExpress. If you hit one of these affiliate link buttons before you check out, I will get 1 to 6% of your order for nothing. You can still do a coupon code, you can still get free shipping, none of that matters. What some of you clever bastards have done is replace your bookmarks with the, Amazon package email. Replace your bookmarks with my affiliate links so that no matter what, if you want to go to Get FPV, you have to click through, you know. And that's about it. This is what the Etsy store looks like. Here's a bunch of the stickers. You know you want those CiottiFPV stickers. Look, it's Clamman. He says, never give up.
諦めんなよ。諦めんなお前。どうしてそこでやめるんだそこで。もう少し頑張ってみろよ。ダメダメやめ諦めたら。周りのことを思うよ。応援してる人たちのことを思ってみろって。あともうちょっとのところなんだから。俺だってこのマイナス10度のところしじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ絶対やってみろ必ず目標達成できるだからこそネバギバ
I'm putting the notification up over on Discord. Chat will probably fill up in a second. There it is! Streaming now, everyone. Okay, cool. Never give up, boys and girls. If you'd like to talk directly to me, you've got two choices. You can do a super chat, and then I'll take that money and spend it on hookers and blow, as we always joke. Or you can just tag or type my name, to be honest with you. You can put an @ in front of it, but you don't have to. If you type CiottiFPV with no spaces, it'll light up an orange, like these beautiful bastards have done here. In the chat, Patrick Legowski was first, Michael Blades was next, MotoRef, Experimental RC, Grizz, J Drones, Dan Richmond, Richard, Frank Nicholas, Benji Frenzy, Wolfram, just did a Fiverr session with Wolfram. Was that today? Was that yesterday? Was yesterday? Today? Yesterday? Was it today? Yesterday. It was today. It was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. It was definitely yesterday. Pile of Carbon, Tark 61, Athix FPV, FPV Trucker, Paul McDonald, Finn FPV, Dan Rich and J Drones, B-Man FPV, Fairly Functional, Beep Tube, Expander, June Loco, Dan Richmond again, Drone Drops, B-Man, DQ, sorting through the repeats, Droney Droid, Fairly Functional, Frank Nicholas. Okay, we'll stop there. If you want to hear a gangly, funny-haired fella read your name, you got to get in early, you got to say something. The people that have tagged me are Michael Blades, he says, thank God it's Friday. J Drone says, boy. Michael Blades says, what's up? Pile of Carbon says, hey Ciotti and the rest of the hive mind. FPV Trucker says, what's cracking? J Drone says, blew up a perfectly good ESC and flight controller today, like an asshole. I put O-rings under it and over tighten my stack screws. Plug headers can eat my balls. J Drone's perfectly summing up the entire FPV experience. Yeah. Plug headers are the worst. Never, ever buy any component that has plug headers. It's gonna break, it's gonna break, it's gonna break, it's gonna break, it's gonna break. That sucks, Jay, but yeah. That's FPV. Way too often. B-Man FPV says, this stream time confused me. Yeah, I've only been doing this Friday night stream early for a couple of weeks now. My thought process is that Bot Grinder goes on at 9, so if I go from 7 to 9, I can send you guys over to DJ's channel and you can hang out with him. He's always done Friday nights. Friday night he sort of owns, so that's all good. I was trying to wait until after he finished up, but he doesn't like finish up exactly at 10:30 or 11. And like starting at 10:30 or 11, that's kind of late on a date night. You know what I mean? So you guys are just gonna have to suffer with early Friday Ciotti. Dan Richmond says, "Have you ever broken a Runcam hybrid? Wondering if the Assurion is worth the extra cost." I finally have, Dan. I finally broke one in this ripsqueak. It took a while though. They're pretty durable. On a $90 camera, the Assurion is probably pretty cheap though, so might be worth it. I would get it, because then if you have Assurion, it's just like, fuck it, I'll fly this thing as hard as I want. I mean, you'll eventually break the, I mean, the camera is always going to be something that blows up, right? Because it's just like, you know, it's like the tolerances are real small. So yeah, all cameras will eventually break. What's great about the Runcam Hybrid is it's the first of these onboard HD cams that has any amount of durability. The previous ones were real bad. Like, the previous ones would break real quick. The Runcam Hybrid is miles more durable, but just like regular FPV cams, eventually they do break, right? Like, you guys break FPV cams every so often. You don't usually break, like, VTXs, right? Unless, like, you did it. Or, you know, if you have an Acon ESC, you're really not going to break that, but you'll break a camera, you know? So yeah, it's a really good question. I never thought of ordering a, I got a whole bunch of Runcam hybrids from Banggood at one point, and I've never had to, like, order another one, but it kind of makes a lot of sense ordering a Runcam hybrid from Amazon with my affiliate link. In order to get the physical damage protection by Assurion. So that's a really good idea, Dan Richmond. I dig that, man. Good thinking, for real. Drone Drop says, thanks, bro, for all your do. Always borderline fun in here. Borderline fun? Why is it only borderline fun? I feel like that's a subtle dig. I'm sure that you didn't mean it like that. I hope you didn't mean it like that. Drone Drops. Oh shit, that's funny. He's like, you're almost good, man. It's almost fun in here. Oh shit, he says, seriously crazy flying skills. Thank you, dude. Oh shit, here we, hey, it's real hot in here, hold on. It's really hot in here. I turned the temperature up a bunch. During the day today when I was running around in boxers. Here, I'll be right back. Doing this, everything pitched forward just makes my day. All right, where was I? Fairly Functional says, hey bro, having a good day? I'm having a fucking awesome day, Fairly Functional. How about you, man? I hope you are as well. Frank Nicholas dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com. BeepTube says, finally bought a GoPro Hero 8 Black, switched 6-inch to my Hyperlow RS Plus, to Dead Cat configuration, test flew it today, glorious, very cool, BeepTube. The Hero 8 is a hell of a camera, my god. I just recently, usually, like, when I go out to fly the Hero 8, I'm going out to fly the Hero 8. When I go out to fly the Sessions, I'm going out to fly the Sessions. I can't remember the last time I flew both of them on the same day on a freestyle rig. So every once in a while, I'll put the Cinewoop up in the air with the 8 on it, and then I'll fly freestyle with the glides and the Sessions. But there's really no comparison because the Cinewoop goes 4 miles an hour and the glides go 80, and you just go in totally different places, right? Well, very recently, I flew the same spot with a Session and a Hero 8, And I was like, oh. Like, when I looked at I looked at the session footage first, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, normal. And then I looked at the Hero 8 footage, I was like, oh. Got it. And what's kind of interesting... So, I mean, first and foremost, obviously, we can buy the Hero 8s at Best Buy, and we can get the Geek Squad protection, that's physical damage protection, and then smash the shit out of them and just walk into Best Buy and walk out with the new one for whatever the penalty is, $30, $40. Whereas with the Session 5s, of course, we can't do that, right? eBay only, they're like between $160 and $200 now. It's a lot of money. They're super durable, though. The Sessions will take, I swear to God, 10 times more abuse than these, like legit. And the other thing with these is they're too goddamn heavy. These are 126, I think, grams. Well, you can save 8 grams on these, on the Hero 8, by removing the flip-flop on the bottom. I don't know what it's called. The mounting thing on the bottom. It just removes the 4 screws. That's an 8 gram weight savings, right? Now you're down a little bit below 120. Well, then you can get the other door, or just ditch the door entirely, yank the battery, and run the little balance lead to USB thing. And this, I don't know what the door weighs, but the battery weighs like 22 grams. So that's another bunch of weight that you're saving. This door is kind of heavy too. Let me see what the door, good God, the door is 11 grams. The door and the battery save another, Jesus, 33 points, call it 34 grams. So 34 grams from the door and the battery. What's the other thing? Oh, the mount on the bottom. 42 grams, so that's 120, call it 130, down to like 90. Basically 90 grams. And that's only 10 grams heavier than the Session 5. The TPU mount is going to be a little bit heavier, and it's a little sketchy without the door on it because I mean, first of all, it's just a big open cavity, which is kind of creepy. But you can get on B&H, God knows where else, somebody sells a replacement door that's got a hole in it for the USB. So if you wanted to fly it sketchy and just say to hell with it, when it blows up, I'll bring it back to Best Buy, you could run it in full lightweight spec. I think I would get the door, right? Like, I think it kind of makes sense to get the door. Hopefully it's not super heavy, but man, after seeing how all that being said, the footage that we just watched was from a Session 5, and it looks great. You know, like, I'm not in love with the Session 5 footage. It's just that, god damn, the Hero 8 Black footage is really good. So I don't know. But I feel like I'm gonna order that door, and I have one of the glides set up with the Hero 8 TPU on it. So I think I kind of might as well play around with it, you know? That's what she said. BeepTube said, no, we got that. B-Man says, sending the giveaway stuff out if I remember what goes where. If you remember what goes where, yeah, I know, right? Wolfram says, thanks again for the help during the Zoom call. Everybody throw some money on this guy. He can seriously help tuning your quads. Yeah, Wolfram and I tuned 2.5 rigs. He had a 10-inch Beast class rig that I'm still kind of bouncing ideas back and forth with him. It's doing some really strange stuff, which those big ass propeller rigs are pretty notorious for doing. There's been even less of an R&D cycle with the huge rigs than there has been with micros, if you can believe it. So I mean, eventually the big rigs will get it figured out. What's the right motor size? What's the right stator height, stator width, KV, propeller, down the rabbit hole. But at the time, right now, with the big stuff, it's I don't tune with black box either, which kind of makes it more difficult, but kind of not really, in my opinion. Like, black box is great for the ones and zeros and all, but it doesn't show you what the flight footage looks like. And most of us, that's kind of the most important thing, right? Like, if the tune is like not razor sharp, but then the flight footage looks really good, that's what I want. That's specifically what I want. I'm willing to deal with a little bit of latency that's being added because of stick smoothing, essentially, because it doesn't make the flying experience that much worse, right? Like, and if I was gonna smack into something, like, I was gonna smack into it anyway, because like I'm usually committed to a line, and if there's a branch there, I'm probably just gonna stay on that line and see if I miss it. You know, even 4.5 years in, like my perception of where the quad is going to travel is pretty damn good. That's one of the things that really builds up over time that you can't necessarily get. You can't, like, I can't train that. I can't coach you on that, other than like get your ass in the simulator every single day, or get your ass outside every single day and fly 10 batteries like I did forever. But yeah, that's one of those things that just kind of comes with time. And although it is actually something that also comes with building the same rig over and over again, right? Because that's what then kind of ties into the muscle memory. So yeah, there's some info that you guys didn't ask for. Seth Inman says, yo. Oh, balls. YouTube did the thing. Scrolling back up. Oh, wow, I'm behind. All right, let's go full speed. Oh, wait, no, I'm not that far behind. There we go. There we go. I scrolled up too far. Ah, there it is. B-Man says, look, it's Clam Man. He says, never give up. CiottiFPV. FPV Trucker says, hey, I'll be trucking down to Decula, Georgia on Tuesday. Maybe we can get together and rip some batteries. Just need room to park my semi. Could probably hit Stables. Trying to think of places that would have, well, no, any of the office parks. Shoot me a message somewhere. And yeah, Tuesday should be good. Tuesday, I try my best to take a day off. So yeah, and I'll think of spots that have big, wide turning areas. Yeah, hit me up on somewhere, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. CiottiFPV, all over the place, you know it. T-Bird says, it's early for that. What's up? What's going on, brother? June Logo says, where the hell is the new Mac? So it takes Google and YouTube between 1.5 to 2 months to pay out on Super Chats. And so I'm still waiting for that. There's a chance I can order it, though, like this week, because, yeah, we'll see. Here's the other thing, though. People keep telling me that OBS is really crashing a lot on the brand new M1 Max, and it might be wise. It feels like it's wise to kind of just wait a beat. The technical problems that I was having like 2 weeks ago were my fault. They were OBS's fault, but I'll take responsibility because they've happened before. There's a million like stupid little things about OBS that you have to remember, like for example, the audio problem was because sometimes when you open up OBS, you have to like remove your audio source. There's a spot where like you add the audio source to the OBS is fucked up. Moving on. OBS is not great. It's open source. It's a little buggy. Once you've used it for a long time, you learn a million little things to make it work. But yeah, it's not stable. But it's the best that we've got. Michael Blade says this time is perfect. Oh, 7 o'clock? Nice, Michael. Frank Nicholas says, I like the 7 p.m. time slot on Friday. There's 2 people that dig it. All right. Tark61 says, what are your thoughts on KISS? So, Flyduino KISS, I spent about 2 months with, not last year, the year before, so 2019, in the middle of the summer. Some of the flight footage that you guys have seen from me under the bridge, why not just pull it up, was from flying Flyduino KISS. My So at the time, I was talking to. At the time, I was really good friends with Steele and Schizo and Kevin. And Steele was helping me tune it, as was Schizo, because he used to run KISS as well. And even with those guys helping me and putting a bunch of batteries into it, it just never got anywhere near Betaflight in terms of ability to handle banged up motors and or banged up props and or a banged up rig, just in general. It also was the fact that it lacks so many things over Betaflight makes it really difficult to just kind of get it dialed in. Here's some KISS flight footage. Yeah, it lacks a lot of the really nice features of Betaflight, like feed forward, like iTerm relax, like anti-gravity, like black box, like Spats actually has a little list that he made. Did I keep the screenshot? I think I did. Yeah, here it is. Here are all the things that KISS doesn't have that Betaflight does have. Anti-TAS, crash recovery, air mode, anti-gravity, motor stop, iTerm relax, feed forward on each axis, RX signal smoothing, sliders for tuning, usable black box, RX channel mapping, resource remapping, OSD menus. I mean, you can get the OSD with the external chip, but you know what I mean. DJI PID adjustments, selection of aux LQ RSSI, in-flight adjustments, PID profiles, rate profiles, motor limiting, throttle cap, advanced filtering, and there's probably more. So yeah, and the same thing with Flight 1, like, it really made me appreciate Betaflight a lot more, having used them and just seeing how, like, handcuffed you are with that software, with those older softwares, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, Betaflight has continued to develop, and KISS hasn't. Flight 1 basically hasn't either. They just keep saying that, you know, faster processors are the answer, so that you'll spend more money, right? They're not actually doing anything useful to the firmware. So yeah, I mean, if the best way that I can kind of describe it is, if you want, like, the classic car experience of, like, just flying something that's just old school for the sake of being old school, because for some reason, like, you enjoy that, awesome. That's KISS and that's Flight 1. That's kind of the only use for them, though, because you can make Betaflight fly exactly like KISS and Flight 1 by turning off all the really useful features. So, like, why, you know, like, there's just kind of no reason to fly the older software when you can take the newer, better software and, you know, do the exact same thing with it. Mark Spatz has a couple really good videos. Mark Spatz, being UAV Tech, has a couple really good videos on how to do that, and he's got black box logs in there. It flies totally fine. You know what KISS and Flight 1 are also a really good reminder of, is how good rigs flew 2 years ago. Because, again, they haven't done anything in the last 2 years, really. So yeah, it's kind of cool, because you have this experience of, like, wow, we like, yes, flight software has definitely gotten better over the last couple of years, but not that much better. Like, this still flies pretty good, nowhere near what Betaflight flies like, but you know, it still flies totally acceptable. And yeah, I mean, like, kind of no wrong answers, but at the same time, no reason to run it, because if you like the way that it flies, you can do that with Betaflight, and it's going to cost less money, and you're going to have more access to more research. That was the other thing that was really tough with KISS and Flight 1, is that, like, not many people fly it, and so there's not much info out there on it. So, like, that's why I was having to have Jonathan and Steele help me tune it, because there's, like, no info out there on it, and it was another thing that, like, made me really appreciate Betaflight and, like, how good we have it. You know, it's the best firmware. It's got the most support. you can, everybody kind of troubleshoots it. You can see there was a big bobble of bounce back in KISS. KISS and Flight 1 have terminal bounce back because they don't have iTerm relax. That's one of the things that's kind of unforgivable for me about KISS and Flight 1 is just there's just no way to get rid of all the bounce back. Like it doesn't have iTerm relax, and a big chunk of bounce back is because of iTerm windup. So yeah, those are my thoughts on KISS. But as you can see, it flies okay. It flies exactly like Betaflight did 2 years ago, and Betaflight flew great 2 years ago as well. So, and there's also, like, in fairness, right, like, a lot of this is mental, like, especially when you get to the high levels of anything, right? It becomes like a mental game. There's a couple of years in this hobby that it's going to be all technical, like it's going to be all just drilling muscle memory and just putting the time in and just keeping your head down and just charging through all the frustration and annoyances. But then, like, eventually you get to a point where, like, how good or bad you fly is pretty closely related to, like, how good of a day you're having, or, like, what headspace you're in, or how confident you are in your gear, or in some cases, if you're flying the same gear that Steele flies, who's your favorite pilot, who maybe got you into FPV, that's real, right? That's placebo, but placebo is a real thing, man. Like, so if it totally stands to reason that if somebody goes into KISS with that mindset and doesn't listen to reason, which is fine, because there's a chance that they can go in and, with being in that headspace of, oh, I'm flying what Steele flies, I'll definitely fly better, they're gonna fly better. Slat might be a really good example of that, because he's been flying KISS for a long time, and he's gnarly, and a lot of what I see in his flying is just straight confidence, like just no second guessing, just plummeting down this stairwell. I'm going to turn to the right and I'm going to hammer the throttle when I come around the corner, whether or not there's a pole there. Like that, that's just what's going to happen. And there's, yeah, like, especially like when I saw him fly Stadium, which at that point I'd flown at like 2 or 3 times, and it was his first time flying there. That was the thing that really came through in his flying, was just total confidence. And confidence is going to come from a lot of different places, right? Like, when was the last time your shit fell out of the sky or caught on fire? Yeah, like, are you confident in the flight software that you're on? Like, whatever. There's a million different things that'll kind of make you more or less confident. There we go. Running out of steam on that one. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of thoughts on KISS, Tark61. Son of Flat Top with a $20 super chat. Brother, thank you. Very, very generous. He says, been traveling, good to be back. Do you have a recommendation for a 16x16 stack? I want to replace the one on my Gep RC Phantom. Thanks. I have not done any of my own testing on the 16x16 stacks, but I have heard from multiple people that the 16x16 stack to get is the Talon one, which is sold by Heli Direct. Is it Heli Direct or Heli Nation? I'm pretty sure it's Heli Direct. Chat, check me. If it's not Heli Direct, call me out on it, please, chat. So yeah, that's what I think you should get, Son of Flat Top. Again, thanks for the generosity, brother. Very, very cool. YouTube just did the thing. Scrolling back up to find my place. Thanks, YouTube. Up yours. Dan Richmond says, I printed a TPU Hero 8 door with a USB hole from Thingiverse. It's 1.8 grams. I'm mostly afraid of the USB cord sticking way out. Yeah, me too, Dan. That's what I'm afraid of as well. I guess it's at that point it's just kind of like, all right, we'll buy a bunch of them, so if you rip them off, although no, I guess you don't really need to do that. If you rip it off, you just run the battery and then you order another one. But yeah, I'm afraid of that as well. 1.8 grams, that's pretty light, Dan. Any chance that that you would want to print another one and send it to your buddy Ciotti? Message me if you're willing to do that. That's really light. The external door is metal, and it's not going to be 1.8 grams. BeepTube says, Hero 8 is heavy, but I'm running it on a pretty powerful 6-inch quad. The all-up weight is 751 with the camera on the flimsy mounting tabs. Mounting tabs, that's what they're called. The mounting tabs are what I removed from down here. and it saved me 8 grams. So more protective TPU mounts are on the way. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, so BeepTube has the full-blown, that's actually the even lighter weight way to run a Hero 8, is to use the mounting tabs. When you run, like what I've got, a full chunk of TPU for it, that chunk of TPU is like 25 grams. The mounting tabs are 8 grams, and then the mount to mount the mounting tab. That's really what I have to say. That's actually what I have to say. The mount to mount the mounting tabs to is only going to be a couple of grams. So yeah, the extra light way to mount this. New drinking game. Shots every time I say mount. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. But I do not trust those. As BeepTube said, flimsy. Yeah, that mounting tab setup is very flimsy. I would not trust that with a $400 camera, because the Best Buy Geek Squad physical damage protection doesn't cover when the mounting tabs or the mount base let go and the thing flies off into the grass and it's gone forever. That's a $400 crash. So F that. TS Core says, do you 3D print yourself? I do not. If so, what printer? If not, where do you source your prints from? My favorite spot to get prints from is the chat, to be honest. A lot of these guys in the chat have 3D printers, and most of them are like always looking to kind of give back for all the content. And so, yeah, anytime that like I mention something 3D printed, like 4 or 5 people will be like, let me print it for you, let me print it for you. And I have to beat them off with a goddamn stick. But BMC 3D is my favorite spot for actual GoPro mounts. BMC 3D is run by Brent McCollier, thus BMC. Brent is a great guy, and the way that he designs his GoPro mounts, I prefer to Brain 3D. Brain 3D stuff is really good too, but BMC 3D, I like that they make a front load mount, and I like that they put these little tabs on the side. This is the best Session 5 mount I've ever found. And yeah, it's BMC 3D's design, like he designed it, so he's not going to put that on Thingiverse because then he would go out of business. So yeah, but his prices are totally fair. It's like $12 for a GoPro mount, or like $14. And I mean, his print quality is also absolutely unbelievable. So you get something that's probably been printed better than you can, because, you know, it's his business. So he maintains his stuff, and he like has been in that world, right? Like we're all pretty good at the jobs that we do, right? This is Brent's job, so he's going to be better at it than somebody whose hobby it is, right? He's spending 8 to 10 hours a day every day doing it, so he's pretty good. He's not pretty good, he's really good. He's astoundingly good, to be honest. BeepTube says, oh god, I imagine the new mounts will add probably another 15 grams or something, saving weight matters, but 6-inch doesn't have much of a problem with it. Yeah, it's true, BeepTube. Drone Drop says, hey man, I'm fairly new to this great hobby, coming in from fixed wing line of sight flying, like we did 15 years back, building a 3-inch, and like to make some HD footage. Is the Caddx Turtle nice enough? In my opinion, no. Drone Drops. The quality of the HD from the Caddx Turtle is not quite good enough, and the quality of the FPV feed is absolutely horrendous. So yeah, I've had like 2 or 3 of the turtles over the years. They're just not good enough. The Runcam Hybrid and the Caddx Tarsier are really the only 2, in my opinion, that are worth getting. And I really like the Runcam Hybrid a lot more than the Caddx Tarsier. Caddx Tarsier might actually not be available anymore. RDQ just blew a ton of them out for like $40 per, and that's a $100 camera. So I get the feeling that the Caddx Tarsier was discontinued, which doesn't really surprise me. The Bluetooth setup was absolutely awful. It was really hard to use. It was really hard to set up. it was kind of a nightmare. The Runcam Hybrid, though, is awesome. The only thing you want to remember is that the frame of the camera is 24 millimeters tall, and that's pretty tall. What that really means is that if you run 25 millimeter standoffs, you're going to be pinching it almost. In order to get any actual up tilt, right? As soon as you put up tilt on it, it becomes even taller. You got to run 28 millimeter standoffs. So just keep that in mind. It depends on which frame you're running. Some frames that won't be a problem. Some frames it will. I have my Runcam Hybrids in this BQE Ripsqueak micro frame, and it's just a regular old school bus style frame. So you can just adjust the standoff height. So all I had to do was go to 28 millimeter tall standoffs, which you can get pretty much anywhere. And yeah, you're good to go. Some frames though, and one of the reasons that I don't like frames that have vertical carbon fiber plates to mount the camera, when there's a vertical carbon fiber plate, you can't change that height. You're locked in. And so unless if the frame has vertical camera plates, unless that frame was designed to fit the Runcam Hybrid, there's a good chance that it won't, if you catch my drift. Jackalope FPV with a $5 super chat. He says, happy Friday, brother. Happy Friday to you as well, Jackalope. Thank you, dude. Super kind. Toxic FPV says, did you see the pictures of the TVS Crossfire 1-watt Unify I sent you DM on Discord? I did not, Toxic. I'm a little behind on Discord, but I certainly will. That sounds interesting. Crossfire 1-watt Unify. So it's a receiver and a VTX all in one? That's pretty cool. Hot Point Hoodlum says, no, CiottiFPV, you're my favorite pilot. Thank you, Hot Point. That's nice of you. Hey, look at that. I'm caught up. Let's build! Oh my god, it's 7:47. I should talk faster. I talk as fast as I can already, though. So we're probably not going to get this done. But lots of really good questions there. So, you know, it's not like you guys aren't used to that by now. Let's get going, though. See how much we can kind of get through here. This might actually not be too bad. I don't have to repin the plug header because I'm going from one. Well, I shouldn't have to. I assume that I won't have to, since I'm going from an Acon 20x20 to another Acon 20x20. I might actually have to, though, because this is what's in here now is the Gen 1 Acon 20x20 that, like, a lot of people bitched and moaned about and said that wasn't durable. Some of the local guys actually had said that, like, oh, I blew up 3 or 4 of them. And I was like, that sounds kind of weird. This one that I've been running has been staggeringly durable. I mean, like, this rig came down from the Impossible dive in downtown Atlanta, the 30-story drop to the pavement, and it survived that, which, like, I mean, pretty much nothing else on the rig survived. And since then, I mean, you guys see how I fly. Like, it's like I'm trying to break shit on purpose. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, very strange. Very, very strange that one of the local guys had so many issues with it. But that's one of the things that makes, like, durability really difficult in this little world that we're in. Because, like, you know, we don't know. Like that person could have just been learning how to solder, you know, for the first time ever, and they were just making the same soldering mistake over and over again. I did that. I blew up 4 ESCs in a row when I was starting in this hobby because I was learning to solder at the same time, and I just kept fucking different things up. So, yeah. Oh. Well, we're definitely going to get this rig done tonight. The ESC is fine. A motor wire popped off. Alright, well, if you didn't believe me about its durability, maybe, wow, okay, so I guess I have to change the name of, of the fucking live stream. How to swap a 5-minute, no. Oh no! Here, well, here's the answer to the live stream, to the title of the live stream. How to swap a 5-inch ESC? Don't. There you go. Done. Job done. Well, no, wait. I guess the full answer would be buy Acon ESCs, and then you won't ever have to swap them. Apparently, I was kind of excited that I finally killed an Acon ESC. I gotta be really honest with you guys. Because, like, I don't get it. Like, I crash harder than almost everybody, and the damn things just they won't die, and, like, yet every single other ESC always explodes. But Corey has the exact same experience with Acon ESCs. He's the one that told me about him. Corey being Cricket. So I guess I'll save this for another day. Wow. Okay. It was so. What made me think that the ESC was dying is that the motor was twitching. And when a wire breaks off like this, the motor won't even twitch. I didn't think it would. But what I noticed is when I pulled the top plate off just now, the wire was kind of like down. Maybe there was like a molecule of solder kind of holding it on, but as soon as I moved it, it kind of popped up a little bit. And I would have, if the wire had popped up like this, I would have seen that, because when it started acting up, I gave it my normal kind of like, look over. And I didn't see anything. Oh wow! Although I did break the base plate on this. Look at this. Look up here. Ready? See that? That ain't good. So this base plate is actually broken. Oh, it's a big job. Oh man, this is one of the OG base plates that's not as strong. The reason why the new base plate is different is because of this exact failure. This is the failure that I've had, that I had on, like, I want to say like 3 of these base plates in a row in like a year-long period, and then Bob redesigned it for all of us. Man, do I not want to do a base plate swap on this. No! No! Fuck. Okay. Let me change the name of the stream. Uh, 5-inch Friday. How to more glide repairs dash man crashes constantly. Save. Patio Patterson says, I heard CA glue fixes carbon. Yeah, it sort of does, Patty, but once the fibers are broken, they're broken. CA glue does wonders. I actually did a little bit of research recently. It's funny you mentioned that. I did a little bit of research recently, and it seems like the internet somewhat agrees that this is the best CA glue for carbon fiber. So yeah, I get this off Amazon. I have another one coming as well. This definitely won't work. Like the CA glue, for anybody not infinitely nerdy, is super glue. is the chemical name for it, which is cyanoacrylate, I want to say. But it's just super glue. Where CA glue works really well is the ends of the arms to bond the... so when you start smacking the ends of the arms into the asphalt, the carbon fiber kind of does this. Somebody will get that joke. And so then what you can do is put a bunch of CA glue in there and then vise it, or just put a bunch of CA glue in there, and it'll just kind of keep all the carbon fiber strands together so that next time you smack into the ground, instead of them exploding off, they stay there and they separate again, and then you glue it again, and then they separate again, and they glue it, and it makes the ends of the arms last a long time. What CA glue will not, that also, the chin too, when you start smacking the chin on the ground and chipping away at the carbon here, same kind of deal. But in the middle of a plate, in the middle of a carbon fiber plate, when it does this, those fibers are all broken, and the CA is just not gonna like it'll make it a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, it'll definitely make it a little bit better, but it's, in my opinion at least, it's not really worth it in this location. So my main issue with trying to fix this location with CA glue is that the flight controller on the glide is up here, and it's gonna blow up again, and there's a chance that when it blows up it takes the flight controller with it, which is just kind of silly, you know what I mean? Like, just replace the base plate, and it'll be so much stronger. The reason why this front area here takes so much abuse on our rigs is because of the GoPro mount. The GoPro mount sits up here, and not every single time, but most often when we crash inverted, all the energy goes into the TPU, into the session, into the top plate, into the bottom plate. So every time you crash inverted, especially like when you're tilting forward a little bit, or even when you're flat, right, because the GoPro is taller than the battery, it really pounds on this. And I crash inverted a lot because I try to spend as much time inverted a lot because it looks super cool. So yeah, I'm not willing to chance wrecking a perfectly good flight controller just to be lazy, essentially, right? Because like, it's not, yeah, it's just, it's a super, super, super temporary fix. Like, if you were in the, you know what, it would make sense to do that if I were out flying. That's actually a really good idea. The second bottle of this shit, I think, is gonna go in my flight bag, because when you're out flying, super glue cures so quickly that if I'd seen something like that happen, I could just hammer it with CA and then just let it sit for a couple minutes, and it would harden, and it would be way better. Yeah, God forbid, like it's the last rig or something like that, you know what I mean? So there you go. Okay. Let me get caught up on chat, since the whole goddamn topic of the stream has been completely derailed. Jordan Drop says, thanks, that was some good info. I have the iFlight IH-V3V. I have to check it out for the camera height. I hope I get the RunCam hybrid in it then. Thanks, my friend. You're awesome. Like, yeah. Appreciate it. Jordan Drops. Let us know how it goes. Metal Dirtskin says, you don't have another blown up one? I don't buy that. I used to. I did have another blown up RunCam hybrid, but it was because when I was cranking one of the nuts down, I knocked off one of the components, and one of the local guys here, Seneca, actually has a hot air station. He fixed it for me. So yeah, this is this one, I'm pretty sure, is the only RunCam hybrid I've ever blown up. The reason that I know that is that I don't have any extra RunCam hybrid boards. Like, you're never going to blow both the board and the camera up at the same time. So if you blow the board up, you save the camera and you have an extra RunCam hybrid camera, and vice versa, right? If you blow the camera up, you save the board. And yeah, I don't have any extra boards. There are 5 RunCam hybrids floating around here, and they're all board with camera, either on a rig or in a drawer or in a box somewhere. Hey, Metal Dutchkin, can you do me a favor and shoot me your address somewhere? No, I haven't. Never mind. I gotta ship you out the Emacs props. I talked to Tommy today about some more things similar to what we talked about last time, and yeah, he's got some cool stuff coming. He's got some cool like warehouse related stuff coming. Tommy's making some moves. 4-inch 250 arms will be in stock soon, as will the 3500 kV motors. The 3500 kV motors, they're 2004 in size. They should actually already be in stock. The arms will be in stock very soon though. He's going to be cutting them himself moving forward. And my 250 build is coming up. I got the camera plates. I've got the squid. I'm doing some research with the squid on 3.5-inch propellers. So Metal, if you can get me those 3.5s, I'm gonna really need them pretty soon, because having only one set is gonna last me. What do you think, guys? Half a battery, 30 seconds before I smash the shit out of it. It's seriously like it's on purpose sometimes. Like, okay, let's just relax. We're just testing. We only have one set of props. Just chill. Don't fly like a lunatic. Don't shoot any gaps. Don't do anything stupid and blind and backwards. All right, here we go. All right, all is well. This flies pretty good. All is well. Okay, just relax. Just relax. Oh no! It's about how long it takes. That's the progression of just like, you know, relax, and then like as soon as I stop saying relax, and I start just like getting into flying, it all goes bad. It doesn't go bad. I just start flying really, really hard. You know what the problem is when I'm testing something, it's different than what my muscle memory is used to. So I don't fly as good. But once I like just start flying, I just start flying, and that includes just plummeting down 100 feet into a gap that's this big. You know what I mean? So yeah, I need like I actually need to like record and put on loop like relax, 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 or like remember you're testing, remember you're testing, remember you're testing. My God. Motor FFPV says live stream title: How not to swap a 5-inch Acon ESC. Oh, dude. Okay, I got it. I got the name of the stream. The name of the stream is How Not to Swap an ESC dash buy an Acon ESC. How not to swap an ESC. No, I'll do it. No dash. ... Just buy an Acon ESC. How not to swap an ESC. Doesn't really make sense. Fuck it. I'm gonna leave it on. More glide repairs. B-Man FPV says fucking Friday. Fucking 5-inch toe up rebuild Friday. That's a hard sentence to say. You fuckers say that out loud. Tell me it's not hard to say. Cyanoacrylate. I was pretty close. I think I was dead on. Superglue equals cyanoacrylate, says Frank Nicholas. J. Drone says gaffer tape it. B-Man says, where did you get the CA from? Amazon? I did. Yeah, I did. I got this from Amazon. 3M Scotch Weld. SCOTH-WELD. It's a little expensive, but all 3M stuff is a little expensive. Experimental RC says, for your GoPro door, is the plug going to the GoPro a 90 degree or straight? I think it might be a 90, but it does like kind of stick out a little bit, and like crashing through Scraggle, man, like the Scraggle just, it just grabs everything. June Loco says you chose this life. Yeah, so true. VeepTube says, remember when I mentioned wanting M3 shafts on micromotors? Kebab is doing that now. Okay, thank you for telling me that. I need to tell, never mind. Just hold on a second. I have to do this right now. Like, right now. If you've been paying attention, you'll know exactly who I'm messaging. Manufacturer is FU1. Okay, cool. All right. Athix FPV says, I'm glad I got 6 arms for the 250 before they went out of stock. Yeah, always, but never buy 4 arms or 4 motors. Ever. Always 5, maybe even 6. Even if you don't think you're gonna like the motor, do it anyway, because like, if you put fresh motors on and you break one of them, you really, even if it happens on the first battery, you can't at that point say, fuck these motors for life, I'm never, like, throw the other 3 in the garbage. You just can't. Like, sometimes you crash perfectly wrong to blow a motor up. It doesn't matter the motor, it doesn't matter the motor shaft material, thickness, none of that shit matters. You can, in 10 seconds, blow up a motor, and it could be the most durable, best motor that there is available. So yeah, never ever buy 5 motors, or 4 motors or 4 arms. Always buy extras. Late Night Scope might be talking to me. He says, what size batteries do you fly? 1100 or more than 1200 mAh? Late Night Scope, I fly Tattoo R-Line 6S 1050s. They weigh 170 grams, and yeah, I can get like 5 or 6 minutes if I'm just cruising around. If I start to really hammer full throttle a lot, I'll usually get 3.5 to 4 minutes or so. But it totally depends on the spot that I'm flying, the mood that I'm in, stuff like that. All right, cool. So let's start the base plate. Flew fly. Let's start the base plate swap. God damn it. Swapping base plates is absolutely, without shadow of a doubt, the most annoying repair on a 5-inch rig. Convince me otherwise. Who's got a repair that's more annoying than a base plate swap? Anybody? I really think it's the pinnacle of annoyance. There is a chance that when that wire came off, it took the pad with it, but it really doesn't look like it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that that it's good to go, that the ESC is good to go. This, for anybody not keeping score, this is the basher rig. This is the rig that always goes up in the air first and always breaks first. So when this rig explodes, it is like expected. It's like not surprising, because so the reason I started doing that is because I wanted to really stress test the Acon 20x20 ESC. So by always flying this thing first, it gets the most abuse, right? And yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm so shocked at the amount of abuse that this Acon 20x20 has been able to put up with, even though some people have said that, yeah, they're not reliable. Then again, those same people will then tend to say Hobbywing is the best, and like we all very obviously know that that's not true. So I mean that kind of speaks, to the fact that those people just don't have enough experience and or knowledge and or whatever to have a good comparison of one versus the other. And I mean, you could totally argue that like none of us have enough experience, like myself included. Like I've broken a lot of stuff, but like I haven't broken 100 ESCs or anything like that. Like there's I've broken more than most people, so I feel like I'm one of the most qualified to talk about durability, right? But still, like my sample size is not really all that big. Not as big as I would like it to be. Like I would love to have been in this hobby for the last 10 years. Not that it existed that long ago, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like I would love to have an even better feel for the dirt. But I mean, you kind of can't though, because the gear changes so frequently. So it's kind of like, well, I mean, I don't know. I think it says a lot about Acon that they don't spend any money on marketing. And then, you see, like, I get, like, targeted Facebook and Instagram ads from Hobbywing. That shit costs money, for sure. And so, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes a lot of sense that Acon is spending their money on quality control and better components and stuff like that rather than marketing, which is kind of the dream, right? Like that's always what we're looking for, is that magical company who makes really good quality stuff but doesn't charge out the ass for it. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like Acon is kind of as close to that mythical, like, oh, you paid how much for your ESC? I paid less and mine's better. Fuck you. What are you, some kind of an asshole? Like, what do we expect? Like, what good comes from that mindset that I have? like I'm not that bad with it, and like I try to catch it, but every single one of you knows exactly what I'm talking about right now. If you don't think you do, you're lying to yourself. You know exactly what I mean. That's why we try different stuff, right? That's why we don't just buy what Joshua Bardwell tells us to buy. We try new stuff because maybe it is better. And it's true, maybe it is. Maybe it is better and cheaper. That's why we try better and cheaper stuff, I guess. More accurately. Or maybe that's just me. Where do these go? What are these, arm bolts? What am I doing up here? What am I looking for? What's going on here? Yo, man, you have to take every single bolt out to switch the base plate. Every single one. Ugh. I'll tell you what, though. This right here is why I have no problem that the new Glide base plates are like 1.2 grams heavier. A stronger base plate is well worth a little bit of extra weight so that I don't have to do this absolute waterboarding of a repair. Holy shit, the chat is just all orange. Late Night Scope says, okay, thanks. B-Man says, that Scotch weld, it was Pro 1500. Here's how it works, B-Man. The number, that Pro 1500, that's what this is, PR 1500, that is the viscosity of the super glue. 1500 is like, I forget how viscosity works. I don't know if it's more viscous or it's less viscous, but this 1500 is more like a gel. The higher the number, the thicker Don't quote me on that. It says it on 3M's website. You'll find it. Just Google it. It's really not like a gel. I doubt you guys are going to be able to see this. Let's try this. I'm trying to show you guys it moving around in the bottle. Hold on. How can I... Is there a way to turn this all the way upside down? All right, let's see. I don't know. This is pretty thin, in my opinion. You guys can't see it, but it's not super thin, though. It has a little bit of... what you want from the super glue is you want it to seep... You want it to seep in between the carbon fiber layers. So the you want it to be loose. You know what I mean? Not loose butthole. That's a quote from Workaholics. You want it to just be loose. Oh, there you can see it. See it? So there you go. That's how viscous it is. Ready? Woo! I know, B-Man. I know, dude. It's expensive. It's expensive. There's no getting around it. It shouldn't be as expensive as it is, but I do it for you guys, man. I do this shit. I spend more money on stuff than I should because maybe it's secret and maybe it does really work well. And if I'm the one that figures that out, I feel like a winner! Jay Jordan says, more annoying is waiting 4 weeks for replacement arms for my Chinese friends. Fairly Functional says, Hobbywing has been making RC truck electronics for a long time. They shouldn't have crossed over. That's an interesting thought. Fairly. You know, that's... Man, I've always kind of known that they made RC truck electronics, but I never thought that, like, hey, maybe they shouldn't have crossed over. Why I feel like that's really interesting is that RC trucks, when they crash very differently from us. They crash in a much softer kind of way, right? When we crash, it's very sharp, so we get like a humongous hit of G-force all at once. Hundreds, probably hundreds and hundreds of G-forces that we'll get on a really hard hit. Whereas an RC truck will never generate that kind of a G-spike. You know, they'll go as fast, but when they hit, it's going to spread that force out over a longer period of time. And every single Hobbywing that I've had fail on me, all 5 of them, have failed during crashes, where an instantaneous gigantic amount of G-force went into the whole rig. So what you're saying makes a awful lot of sense in that respect. You know what I mean? Like they're well known for their ground pounder stuff, and that's kind of where they come from. So of course that's how they're going to build their FPV stuff. And also, at that point, kind of like, of course, they're going to potentially have problems in a different durability scenario. You know what I mean? Very interesting thought, my man. All right, the teardown continues. What's going on in the chat? Explosive Fruits is in the house. He says, the T-Motor Pro 4s came and I went with 2400 kV because I'm pretty sure I can turn them down in Betaflight. Just got to figure out how to grease my quad, or not. Please grease it. Please join me on the greasing adventure. This is the grease for anybody who hasn't been watching Chris Rosser's videos. If you haven't been watching Chris Rosser's videos, you're an idiot. You need to start right now or I will just murder you in your sleep. This is the grease/gel that was specifically designed for industrial applications to reduce vibrations. Chris has tested it on quads, and it does the same thing in quads. You're going to put it on the screws that go through the arms and in between the base plate and the tops of the arms. He's got a video on it. Go watch that video. It's awesome. And Chris is awesome. Thank God for him, man. He's really doing some amazing research for the whole community, and it's really, really nice to have somebody like him. Oh wait, you said $155, B-Man. No, it's not $155, it's $15. MotoRef confirming what I kind of thought. Low viscosity means that it's thin and flows more easily. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, that's what the lower number is. The lower number means it's thinner, and that's what we kind of want. You know, I got both of them sort of on purpose because there are certain scenarios where having a more gel-like super glue would be nice. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's going to be kind of impossible to test now that I really think through it. But I mean, whatever. Can't go back now. Actually, I can. I could absolutely return them. Amazon's return policy is outrageously good. Fairly Functional says RC truck ESCs are well protected. That's true. That's true. Yeah, they're not having sticks bashing into them. B-Man FPV says the PR100 is between $12 and $35. Why is it so much cheaper? Why is it so much cheaper? Is the 100 dog shit? What? Oh no. It's cheaper because they sell more of it. It's all the same stuff. It's just different viscosities. One of them is not going to work better than the other. It's just that, yeah, that happens a lot on Amazon. Like, they'll have like a couple different versions of an item, and like usually what happens, I kind of know this because I used to do product management, and I would set up Amazon listings. So you pick like a default. When you put multiple variations in, you have to pick a default variation, and then that one becomes the most popular one. And that one will also then typically come down in cost because you'll sell more of them. So that's totally normal that the prices are kind of all over the goddamn place. Also, it's not a very common... Oh, fruit fly just landed on my finger. It's also not a common... Like, everybody just buys regular super glue, you know? So, like, it's the stores that sell it are going to be, like, these random whatever stores. And sometimes they charge, you know, a bunch of money because they're a tiny little shop. I try not to... As soon as I see that it's not like something being sold by Amazon and it's being sold by a private seller, I will kind of throw price shopping it out the window, just so that, like, hey, I want it, this privately owned shop has it, support small businesses, just order the damn thing. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm saying that to kind of encourage you guys to possibly do the same. Because yeah, a lot of what's on Amazon is being sold by private vendors, and it's not hard to see that. Like, you just, I mean, there's clues from the get-go, but yeah, if you just look in the top right there, it'll tell you who's selling it or who's shipping it at least, and then you'll know, was it a little private store or was it big dog Amazon? Because I know some of you guys like hate Amazon and or just hate big companies, which is fine. I get it. I don't love big companies either. I don't really know how I feel about Amazon. I don't know if I can necessarily hate Amazon. They don't really seem to be all that great for the planet because they're just shipping. But there's actually there's conflicting evidence of what's better. Having a model with storefronts so that you can put a ton of shit in a tractor trailer and ship it all at once to a storefront, and then people just go to the storefront and get what they need. versus the Amazon model of you buy everything online and then each individual item gets shipped to you. And I've never seen a concrete this way is better for the planet, probably because there's too many variables. But I feel like putting a ton of stuff on a tractor trailer and sending it to a brick and mortar, I feel like that kind of has to be better for the planet, right? Because if nothing else, you can bulk box shit, right? You don't have to, like... How many of you guys have gotten a fucking Amazon box that's like this, that's an Amazon box that's like... OBS, you dirty bastard. Hold on, I gotta restart OBS. Be right back. And we're back. I don't know. Make up the end of that. Hey, if you're coming to Flow State on the 16th, I think it is, T-Bird, Bob Noxious, Athix are all coming to see Flow State, and we're going to fly before and or after it, and then potentially hang out here for a bit after it, after we're done flying, after Golden Hour. If you're going to Flow State and you want to join us, message me somewhere, anywhere. CiottiFPV all over the place. Tell me your YouTube name and your real human being name, and I'll put you on the list. And then, yeah, we'll hang out. Be really good to meet you guys. Explosive Fruit says, any idea on how to turn down KV in Betaflight? This is the first time I'm doing it. It's called motor limiting, although the chat probably took care of you, Explosive Fruits. But yeah, it's called motor limiting. It's in the PIDs tab. And if you're going 6S on 2400 kV motors, you're going to want to motor limit that down to 70% to get started. You might end up bumping it up to 75%, but put it at 70. Put it at 70 to get yourself started. I've got carbon fiber dust all over my fingers, which is why I'm wiping my nose like a weirdo. Yeah, start it at 70. That's a good starting point. And then if that's not enough power for you, you can change it to 75. If it's too much power, you can bring it down to 65. But 70 is a good safe spot. J-Drone says, Loctite does a flexible gel, high viscosity super glue. Prefer it for most repairs as it doesn't just snap under pressure. I never thought of using a flexible. I always thought the ones that dried harder would be best because they would match the properties of the carbon fiber that they're bonding. That's interesting, Jay. Journey Droid says, brick and mortar is often full of stuff that doesn't sell and gets shipped elsewhere. Yep, and that's one of the big problems of that. Is that called shrinkage? I think shrinkage is shit getting stolen. I mean, just like waste, right? Just like waste shit. So yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time. Although, hasn't Amazon done some bad shit? I feel like Amazon's evil. Is Amazon evil? Who knows? Nah, don't tell me. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, tell the chat. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I feel like Amazon does some evil shit. But I don't know. Once a company gets big, like, almost no matter what, you can find some evil shit that they do. Well, not even that. You can find some shit that they do that you don't agree with. That I think that's the most fair way to put it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because, like, once a company gets really big, they've done a lot of stuff, you know? And, like, we're all just snowflakes. So we've all got, like, things that you know, we agree with and disagree with. And that's okay. That's allowed. We're gonna be alright. Let's turn this into a motivational speech. Ah, come on. Alright, well, let me do this. I'm gonna flip the whole little fella around here. And then we're going to take these nuts off individually. That's what she said. Oh, no. No. No, that is not what she said. That is not what she said. Okay, I gotta watch that. I gotta. Not gonna work here anymore anyway. Call it out. First person to call it out gets a big prize. All right, removing some nuts. Yoink. Anybody get it? Nobody got it yet. I'm relying on you guys. If nobody gets it, then stream over. Alright. That's it. That's a fucking softball. There we go. Thanks, Fairly Functional. That was a softball. That was an easy one. Easy game. Come up. Come on. Come off of there. Get out of there. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be annoying because I think that these fancy, cool-looking red screws are not 4 millimeters. God damn it, they're not. Oh boy, is that frustrating. Oh, it's still turning them though. Cool. I'm not going to use these anymore. These are stupid. You can't put a wrench on them. That's. There's no reason for that. Although, this wrench is working totally fine on them, so maybe I will. Oh, no, it's not. Up until this one. No, it is totally grabbing them. That's interesting. Just because I'm pushing on it really hard. I guess that makes sense, right? This is a 4 millimeter, this is a 5.5. Yeah. That totally makes sense. All right. Joni Droid says autonomous distribution warehouses may not be the best way, but it's happening regardless. New Amazon robot shop breaking ground here now. Really? Damn. That's creepy, but not at all surprising. Just one more step closer to all of us staying home and getting a universal, what's it called? Universal salary? Universal whatever. Words. Words go here now. Alright, so everything has now been released from the base plate. We can take our little funny dancing man out of here. Should we do it, chat? Should we do a round 2? I think we need to do it. I think we need to capitalize on this glorious occasion by oh, the antenna's going through the hole. I'm gonna have to take the shrimp wrap off here. Or I could just cut a hole. Oh man, that's gonna fuck these cutters up. Do I have an old pair of? Oh, I do. Let's see if these will munch through this carbon. I assume that they will. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, don't do this at home though, because this is going to make all kinds of carbon fiber shit everywhere. Oh, wow, that's tough. Okay. Let's try hitting it up at an angle here. Oh yeah, there it goes. There it goes. And it actually didn't make that much of a mess. Okay, so I'm just doing this so that I can get the antenna out of the bottom plate without having to unplug the IFL or UFL or whatever the fuck that little plug is that they use on the Crossfire Nanos. So this is going to be just perfect. Wow, that was really not all that bad. So now I know it's just a big mess that you guys are looking at, but just take my word for it. This was the best way to do this. Look at that. Now we can just take the crossfire antenna right on out of there, and that's it. So all right, hold on. Let me clean the area up, and then we'll get another. We're gonna get this going here. All right, we're gonna do a little something. Some of you guys know exactly what's about to happen, and you're very excited, I'll bet. All right, careful with the carbon. Just a second. Let's just not breathe it in. For those of you that don't understand why I'm being so nuts right now, carbon fiber dust is really bad for your lungs. You want to do everything that you possibly can to not breathe it in. Basically, once it goes into your lungs, it never comes out. And so if you get enough exposure to it over time, it can be really bad. So there's no reason to not just, be careful with it. We're probably never going to get exposed to enough of it to make a difference, but again, no reason to not just be careful with it. So there we go. That's about as careful as I'm willing to be with it. The doctors in the chat are probably fucking appalled by me doing that and are screaming at their monitors that I need to be more careful about it. Yeah, I don't know. What can I say? I'm just a badass, I guess. Jesus Christ. What a dumb thing to say. Alright. I hope you guys are ready for this. It's about to begin. About to go down. This is really dumb. I should not do this. There's motors flopping around. There's solder joints that are already broken off. Okay. We'll be fine, though. We'll be okay. I hope. This fucking tail. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh man, this is gonna be a mess. There's gonna be shit flying everywhere. Alright, stand by. Stand by, we got this. We got this. Oh yeah, and carbon fiber splinters are the worst. Jay Jones knows what's up. Alright, just bear with me if you haven't been around super long. You're gonna like this, I promise. We gotta find something good here. Hold on. Gotta find something good. Let's go to genres and this, and let's see. That's not it. This might be it. That's not the one. That's not the one. We gotta do this properly. All right. Wait. Hold on. There we go. Gotta do this right. Okay. One-legged. One-legged. Other leg. Can't be unbalanced. Gotta keep that balance. Splits. All right, we got that. All right, took care of that. Now we can move on. This it doesn't work as well. Hold on. Let me give you guys the link to the. Let me give you guys a link to the right one. It doesn't work as well with just the squid like that. Hold on. This is the real one. I don't think I can. I don't know if I used. I don't know if I used. God damn it! I hung the battery and then I didn't. And I didn't plug the damn thing in so it would stay on. That's an interesting approach to batteries. There we go. I don't know if I used copyright-free music for the other one. Let's let me take a quick look. Where would I have put that? In shorts? Oh wait, let me hold on. Let me fix this seam real quick. Turn that back on. Turn that back on. And I think I'm good now. Okay. Where would I have put that? Here in live stream. There it is. Hold on. Let me pause this real quick. It worked way better when it was in the frame. I don't see that it's grabbed a. I don't see that it's grabbed a copyright. Well, I can look in here and see if there's a copyright strike. Hold on. Nope. I don't think so. So I must have used copyright free. All right, cool. So this is yeah, the OG fellas. This is what they remember here. This is the original. I'm knocking stuff all over the place. That's not great. Hold on. That jumped up a notch. I've watched that so many times, and it's just as funny. Okay, okay. Oh, fucking A. You guys bring out the best in me. Apparently that's what I think people dance like too. That's that's a really funny thing. That's what I think dance moves are. What time is it? Is it? We good? All right, 15 more minutes. B-Man says my 7-year-old is watching. He's like, Daddy, what are you watching? I said, son, sometimes, son, don't do drugs. Son, what B-Man actually said is, son, sometimes when you're alone at the bench for too long, you start to snap, and that's what it looks like, yeah. What's up, Double A? Motor F says, can we switch lives for a few days? Oh, it'd be scary, Motor F. J. Drone says that's a huge right-hand polarized winger. Frame's got some resonance issues. CiottiFPV torque it, says Droney Droid. DQ says, let's get a freestyle going. Oh, God, no. Melderson says, now it looks like it has a huge unsightly package just flapping in the breeze. J. Drone says, Party Boy Anthem. He also says, get some tunes on and dance that bitch. Journey Droid says, Universal FPV income. Yeah, there it is. Universal income. That's what it's called. Woo, okay. All right. So don't sniff the solder smoke. It's got lead in it. Nobody needs that. All right, the base plate's almost off. Okay. All right. Sometimes you just gotta dance it out, man. Just gotta fucking dance it out. Doesn't matter if you're a person, if you're a drone, you just gotta dance it out, yo. Dance that shit out. Just dance it out. Yo, make sure you dance it. Why am I still saying dance it out? Hey, I can steal these press nuts. These I really like these tall Bob's Big Boy press nuts. Let's see if we can get them out. Okay, it jumped out. Oh wow! I love these press nuts, man. I love to press these nuts, man. I love it. I love pressing some nuts. Oh Christ! Sorry, B-Man 7-year-old. That's not. Say. Don't. I don't know. I don't know anything about kids. It confused me beyond the bounds of rational thought. So I need to take note of. The phone number to a mental ward. No, how this is stacked up here. It looks like I've got a pretty specific little. No, I don't. It's just a M2 nylock and then a spacer and then the brass bastard. Never mind. I thought I could make it sound fancy, but can't. It's not really all that impressive. So, okay. What I am going to do though is I'll just transfer these one at a time. Let me grab the let me grab an extra base plate and I'll just transfer these one at a time. There's no sense in overcomplicating things. Although my God, am I good at it. Please have an extra base plate. Please have an extra base plate. Please have an extra. Oh, fuck! Really? Do I not have an extra new gen base plate? Oh, I do. So let me show you guys the difference, just in case you're sort of new to the Glide. I will show you the difference between the old base plate and the new one, and you'll see exactly why it's been beefed up the way that it has. Old base plate, new base plate. The location that the old base plate broke is right here. The location that is hugely beefed up on the new base plate is right here. Hold on, you guys kind of can't see that. There you go. See the difference? Hold on. See it? So what kept happening to me is that there's a straight line right here. Carbon fiber always tries, I guess just materials in general, always try to find like a straight line that they can crack. And here's the straight line. There's a 20 by 20 hole here, there's a big ass hole here, and then there's the, this kind of sucks in here. So yeah, Bob just rounded that on out. And now this is like many magnitudes of, I don't know, other fancy words here, stronger. Many magnitudes of buttholes stronger, maybe. I don't know. Well, this is awkward. What is that? I guess that's a 26 by 26 hole. Okay. I didn't even realize he did that. Apparently you can mount an AIO in your glide if you don't like quads that are reliable. If you like your quads to just fall out of the sky at random, you can do that. Some people, some people like pain. I ain't one of them, to my knowledge. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Lots of crazy shit going on. You never know. All right, I'm driving my nut in here, and it's an M2 nut. It's very exciting. And then I'm going to struggle to get the MIP driver off, and we're gonna put a little bit of washer action here, and then a brass spacer. And that is the setup. So now we do it 7 more times. Hengus. Hit him in the hengus. 8:52, 8 minutes from now. So I'm gonna tear this all the way down, and then we're gonna handle the actual base plate swap possibly tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Although I was gonna bring Sim Sunday back on Sunday, so probably not Sunday, maybe Monday. Although I think Monday might be giveaways. But yeah, it'll come back. It'll be back, I promise. I have a lot of builds to get done though. I kind of started to get caught up on building, and then more things came in the door than I was expecting that people were asking me to prototype test, and I really, I've gotten quite behind again. Oh boy. So this is going to be the quicker way to do this, is to remove these brass bastards. Come on! Get off of there. Oh man, really? You're gonna make me work for it? I gotta work for everything. Just be cool, brass bastard. Be cool. There it is. Alright, and now I can just zip these guys off. I'm actually gonna do it like this. I love the nylock nuts, but man, because they don't loosen, but then when you want to loosen them, they have like the most annoying, exactly wrong, not really wrong, but just annoying amount of resistance. And they just, I don't know, I feel like I should be able to zip them off quicker than I can. And so help me God if you say, ooh, get one of the electric screwdrivers. No, that's silly. No power tools. Hand tools only, yo. That's what she said. What you know about that? Is there a nut stuck in there? Nope. Yet again. Okay, great. Thanks for being jerks. Zip, 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 zip. Eddie says, where did you get that nut driver with the small diameter handle? Eddie, all of these red and black tools that you see me using are made by Weha. They are the Germans, and these are really my favorite drivers. They've got this little red piece that goes into your palm, and then you just use your and it swivels, and then you just use your fingers to spin. The other cool thing about them is that the handles are narrow enough that you can't over tighten stuff with these, which is really, really cool. You can grab these guys and crank as hard as you want, and you'll never really over tighten just because you don't have enough leverage. They sell a kit with, they sell 2 kits with these drivers. One of these drivers is for M3 nuts, the other is for M2 nuts, all right? Those are the actual sizes, 4mm and 5.5mm. They sell a kit that has both of these in it, and then they sell a kit on Amazon that doesn't have this big one in it, but it does have this small one in it. So make sure that you check the sizes that are in the kit if you buy a kit. If you just want to buy individuals, you can get these from eBay. But yeah, those are the numbers. Logitech, I swear on my life, I will actually smash you today. Those are the numbers: 4mm and 5.5mm. If you get the kit, I think it's the 6-piece kit. There's 2 kits. One of them is like 6 and one of them is 7, or maybe one of them is 5 and one of them is 6. You got to get the kit with more pieces in order to get the bigger driver. But just look at the sizes in there and make sure there's a 5.5. I don't know why they use the comma. Probably because I'm sure there's a really good reason for it, because, you know, things in Germany tend to make more sense than things in cheeseburger land here. A couple of screws here. And, well, I gotta be honest, I'm gonna shut this thing down in a minute, without totally switching this thing down, pulling this thing down rather. Bob's Big Boy Press Nuts, let's get them out. That's a t-shirt right there. J Drone says, Toxic FPV says, speaking of glide, I just won one from CiottiFPV, my first glide and my first 6S rig. Very cool, you're gonna love it, man. And I think I am caught up on chat. So if you guys get anything to, if you guys have any other questions for the night, hurry up and drop them, because in 3 minutes I'm gonna shut this stream down. You guys can go watch you some bot grinder, and yeah. B-Man said, B-Man is out of here. He says, happy 4th of July, everybody. If I don't see you guys, but, well, we'll see each other on Sunday. Yeah, happy 4th of July weekend or whatever. I hope you guys all have the day off on Monday. I don't. Although you guys are my bosses, so, you know, technically you could all just be like, all right, we give you Monday off, Ciotti. But don't do that, because I got to do giveaways. What is your deal all of a sudden? Why is this happening? Can you not do that? Thanks. I appreciate it. Metal says, last call for 3D prints before I box these props and things up, as long as black TPO is okay. Black TPO is totally okay, Metal. I can't think of anything for 3D printing, though. I appreciate it. Fairly Functional says, good night. Again, anybody that, the ones with the amber handles, these are MIP, MIP drivers. These are really expensive, but they're really nice. MIP, MIPonline.com. And what you want, they sell a kit with 1.5mm, 2mm, and 2.5mm. That's the kit that you want. MIP drivers are really, really nice. They're just better manufactured than any other driver you've ever seen, and the CNC machining on the machine tool tips are like scary good. When I have a screw, an Allen screw, where when I put any other driver into it, and there's a little bit of motion, a little bit of rotation, like it's starting to strip out basically, right? When I put a MIP driver on that same head, it's almost always tight. They really got the tolerances really tight, and yeah, it'll save you from stripping stuff out, or stuff that's like kind of stripped. You can at least remove it with the MIP, and then try to talk yourself into replacing it. But I know you're not going to replace it. You're going to put it right back in there until it all the way blows up, and you'll justify it by just being like, well, you know, I'll just remove it with the MIP driver and it'll be fine. Or maybe that's just me. Almost there. 1 more minute, I'll bet. I didn't look at the clock yet. Oh, nope, 9 o'clock. Everybody go watch Bot Grinder. Can a moderator drop a link in the chat, please? This has been 5-inch Friday, how not to replace an Acon ESC, because you never have to, because the goddamn things are somehow invincible. I don't understand it, but I'm not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna keep enjoying the benefits of fully indestructible ESCs. They're not actually fully indestructible, but my God, are they the closest thing to indestructible that the world has ever seen. In terms of FPV, what are they called? ESCs? They're all like, I swear to God, if Acon ESCs cost $100, I would gladly buy them. I would gladly pay $100 for them because they don't break. And like, to pay less than $100 for an ESC that's then gonna break, like, no. But fortunately, Acon ESCs are not $100. They're like $60. They cost the same, if not less, than Hobbywing ESCs. And in my experience, they're way more durable. So there you guys go. That's how to rip a glide out of a broken frame and then just, you know, barely start to build the next one. Let me give you guys a little bit of flying here. Let's go. You guys want some stadium crashing? Here's some stadium stuff. What music are we gonna do? Let's go. No, stop it. Oh. There we go. Genres, electronic and dance. Let's see what kind of nonsense we've got. This'll do. Thanks for hanging out, boys and girls. I love every single one of you guys. And gals, maybe. Usually my analytics are 100% male. It's a female, but maybe a special female's watching. Enjoy some flying here. I'll see you guys either tomorrow or Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern. Love you!